Good, beautiful morning, everybody. Silas back again today, and today we are going to start loading up some crushed cars. We're going to be packing these into trailers. Originally, we were going to load these onto flatbeds. That's why I crushed them all, 4 flatbeds to go out east. Well, they can't hire any drivers, the trucking companies can't, and there's nothing coming from east back to here that's already manufactured because they're so far behind on manufacturing, and just crazy labor shortage keeps on going. And so anyway, I can't get those shipped out that direction, so I've got to get the loader back to the yard. I don't have time to wait for several weeks. So we called another company. They don't pay as much, but they're going to be here today and tomorrow and get it done. And so I guess at this point, that's the most important part, because every day that loader sits here is just going to cost us more and more money to where it's just not worth waiting. They should be here in a minute. It's about a 45 minute drive for them, and they talked to me about 30 minutes ago. So they'll be here in a few minutes, and we're going to start loading these up. In between loads, I'm probably going to start loading some of this stuff up. I think today what I'm going to do is try to load up all these front axles on that skid over there, that flatbed. I believe there's like 25 of these things, and there's a couple rear ends. I believe there's 2 9-inch rear ends, and there's 2 old Studebaker rear ends that we saved. I'm going to try to stack all that on that bed over there, and then I'm going to try to stack all the bumpers on there as well. I don't know if I'll get it all done. I've got help coming on Monday. Today's Thursday, and so I'm going to be here today and tomorrow loading cars. And so in my spare time, I got to pick up like these generators and some other stuff. Now this stuff down here and all these wheels over here, I'm just going to give all that to Sean for helping me out over here. He has been a huge help to me over here, and I really appreciate that. I could not have got this done nearly as quickly without his help. I would have had to crush a lot more stuff. So I don't mind giving him this stuff, and he can take it and sell it at swap meets and on eBay and that sort of stuff. I've got quite a few cars to haul home still. I wish it wasn't so far to drive. And they're here now. They're back in the trailer in. They're a pretty good driver. There's no way I could do that. I would just totally wipe out that fence or that telephone thing. I'm not very good at backing my little trailer, let alone a big semi-trailer. Gonna send the old sliding roof wagon home with my dad. He's gonna take it out to the ranch, dump it. Not much left of it, but it does have a good driver's side to cut off for a wall hanger. I went ahead and threw this on my truck so I could take it home. I'll have to put a bunch of straps on this. I'll run one across the back here to hold that hood up in there better, because it's a windy one today. So I'll do that, and then I'll run just a couple straps over the top of it, just so these sides don't pop off going down the highway, you know, give it some extra support, because it is just an old rotted wood bed. It does have a steel frame though, and a steel floor, but these sideboards are pretty rotted. There's all sorts of cool stuff in here. You guys have seen most of this stuff already as we were cutting it off. But we've got doors, cab backs, hoods, trunks, you name it. We saved all sorts of good stuff. So there's quite a bit of money in this bed over here, and I've noticed at night and on the days that I'm not over here, people are coming over here and digging through this stuff. They think we're crushing it, so I think people are just taking stuff. That one truck bed over there is full of hubcaps, and there was a whole bunch of hubcaps scattered all over the place. I don't know how many somebody took, but it's frustrating. So it's too windy to haul home hubcaps today, though. They'd be blowing all over the place. But I got this other flatbed over there, so I'm going to start stacking some of those front ends on it. That's the bad part about loading these semi-trailers, is it's about a 30, 35, maybe 40-minute drive. I'm not exactly sure how far it is to their shredder. So they're hauling these in there, and they have to unload them, and then they have to drive all the way back. And so it takes them a while to make a round trip. And so I don't have anything I can do. It's not quite enough time for me to drive all the way home, unload, and come back again. So I have to sit here and wait on them to get back. I don't have a whole lot to do. I have these front ends, which are kind of heavy for one person to do by themselves. But, oh well, I got to do something, so I'm going to go ahead and start stacking those. Whew, man, that's a workout there. They aren't super heavy, especially the ones that are missing all the parts. But some of these, like that 3/4 ton one there, I wasn't even about to try to pick that up, so I just drug it over here and slid it on there. But these other ones that still have the hubs on them and the brake drums and all that, those are heavy. Those give you a workout. But they're back with my trailer, so I want to load that up. That'll be a good break for me. And there goes load number 2. I've been loading out there on this road because it's good and flat, but it's hard for me to load the top bundles because I don't have my rack. Some of you guys have seen my rack in my previous vlogs that I set behind the trailer. I didn't have that for this place over here. So I've been loading out there and it just hasn't been working very well to get the top bundles in. So we started having them back down here in the ditch, and that just works absolutely perfect because then I can go right over the top. I'm up on a hill, the trailer's down low, and I can dump the top bundles right in. So that's working great. So that's way better than what I was doing a minute ago. But to be able to do that, I've got to move all these bundles for the next one. This is going to be the next load anyway, but I'm just going to go ahead and line them all up to where they're ready to go off to the side. That way when she gets back, we can take them and shove them right in the trailer, no problem, right down here in the ditch. Dad's back again, loaded up another one on him to take home. Still got quite a few here. I'm going to haul home that today. Hopefully tomorrow I can get at least, I'll take one more of these home with me. Hopefully my dad will come back and get a couple more tomorrow. So that'll get it down to where I think just 1, maybe 2 good days of hauling next week, depending on if I have help or not, and we'll have it all done. Got a bunch of those stacked up. I might work on those bumpers tomorrow, but I am headed back now. Got 2 loads left to ship out. They're going to be here at 7:30 in the morning. I'll get the first one of those, and then I'll be right back probably around 8:30, 9 o'clock to get the last one. So I'll be done shipping loads by 9:30, and then I'm just going to work on hauling these home the rest of the day. I got that load all strapped down, pretty secure, but I'm just going to go ahead and take some back roads. There's a lot of DOTs out right now because of the Kansas State Fair, like I was saying before in a previous vlog. And I see people pulled over every single day. I see trucks and trailers pulled over every single day. And this load's legal and it's safe, but it just looks really ugly. And so to be safe, I'm just going to take some dirt roads all the way home. Plus, I kind of like taking dirt roads. It brings back a lot of memories. When I was a little kid, my dad and I, we'd go out and we'd buy a car out in the middle of nowhere, and he'd hook onto it with his old hand crank winch truck, and we'd have to put tires on it, jack it up out of the dirt. It'd be some old 50s or 60s car. We'd buy it for $5 or $10. We'd work all morning to get it out of there. Well, I wouldn't work, I'd just ride with him. And we'd take the dirt roads back home to bring it into town. We'd stop at the river, throw rocks in the river, that sort of stuff. It was a lot of fun. And then when we get it back to town, we'd have to pull the seats, drain all the fluids, pull the gas tank, pull the wheels and tires, and then we could haul it on into the shredder at that point. And then we'd get about $35, $40, $50, sometimes $75. If it had a big copper radiator, we might even get close to $100 out of it. So, but I worked hard to make, $50 a day back then. So whenever I get a chance, I like to take the back roads when I'm hauling a load of junk, just for old time's sake. Here a while back, right before I started vlogging actually, I went to an auction, bought a bunch of old cars, and I loaded up a 49 Chevy on my trailer and went by the lake and stopped there for a while. Just fun to do every now and then, and today I actually have a little bit of free time. I mean, it's not really free time, there's no time free. I got lots to do, but I'm not in a time crunch to get anywhere. So, perfect opportunity. Corn harvest has begun in Kansas. I've been driving along and they've been harvesting all these fields of corn. There's one there, and they've been harvesting some other stuff too. I couldn't quite tell what it was. It wasn't corn, but this time of year there's a lot of dust in the air out in these farms because all that corn. That's a dusty job. I like that farm right there. I drive past that almost every day. I really like that. It's pretty cool. Don't even know what half of these crops are. There's one crop growing over there on that side. There's something totally different growing on this side. I've passed about 3 or 4 other types of crops. Not sure what they all are. From spring going into summer, you mainly just see wheat. That's all you see really is wheat. But then from summer going into fall, you see all sorts of types of crops out here. I like how they have this over here just growing wild. It's wild prairie grass, flowers, and that sort of stuff. There's a big old pond back there in those trees. I would love to go mushroom hunting around that pond. That looks like a prime location. I'm kind of regretting taking this dirt road. It is incredibly bumpy. They have not graded this road in a while. Some townships take care of the roads really well, other ones don't. Man, check that out. That is prime mushroom hunting territory back there. That would be so good to go hunting in. I see what that is now. That's cotton. I can see it's just starting to pop the heads out on some of it. You never used to see cotton in this area up until about 4 years ago, I think. About 4 or 5 years ago. Just out of nowhere, all of a sudden a few places did it, and then the next year everybody was planting cotton. It doesn't take hardly any water. You have to buy all new equipment to harvest it. I mean, the combine is the same, but all the attachments you have to put on it, the trucks to haul it, things to bale it, that sort of stuff you have to buy new. So it's a big upstart, but they say it's fairly profitable once you get going. It's kind of funny when they bale this stuff up into round bales, kind of like they would prairie grass or something like that, those great big round bales. they sometimes they shrink wrap it, and sometimes they shrink wrap it in funky colors like pink or blue or something like that. So when my daughter was little, I told her that they were harvesting marshmallows. They were giant marshmallows. She believed me for a long time. There's more just wild prairie. That's why I have that back probably, I'd say 8 acres of my property. I don't put anything back there just so I can let it grow wild, because it just looks so pretty to grow wild like that. Check that out. They got that nice little pond, the gazebo out in the middle, bridge over to it. Nice big house. I'm not a big fan of the metal houses, but they are kind of neat. I don't know if I'd want to live one. I don't know if I'd want to live in one. And they got all the stuff parked over here. They got it all blocked from the north wind. That way their equipment will start in the wintertime. You see a lot of neat things out driving the back roads. Check out that house. That's a pretty house. In Florida, New York, California, that sort of stuff, millionaires drive fancy cars. Out here in Kansas, that's what a multi-millionaire looks like. They got a big old house with big white pillars on it and a shed clear full of tractors. Looks like I'm about to take a shower. I don't know what it is they have planted out there, but they're watering it and it's blowing across the road. So I'm gonna get a little bit wet, but it'll feel good. It's hot. Yeah, that feels good. That cooled it down nice and chilly. See those there? Those are just hay bales there. But marshmallows, see marshmallows, I got it stuck in my head now. But cotton, they bale it up into bales just like that. Only it's funky colors. And then it's white in the center with pink or orange or blue or just funky colors wrapped around it. Looks just like giant marshmallows. Here's another spot that looks like it would be good mushroom hunting. It's a shame a lot of people won't let you on their property to look though, because they're so worried you're going to steal from them, or you're going to tear the place up, or you're going to leave trash around. So many people have abused it through the years that it's hard to get people to let you on the property anymore. But I do have a few people every year that I can convince to let me on there. Always really respectful of their property. Don't leave anything. Anything I take in, I take back out. And I never scope anything out to steal it or nothing like that. And I never disclose the location. Check that out. Let's see if I can get my truck to stop. That's a pond. Can't see it because all that tall cattails there. But that's solid lily pads there. You can kind of see it through there. Solid lily pads out there in that pond. Never seen nothing like that around here. Looks like he's out there plowing or disking or something. It's a windy day for that. But notice how he's going east to west. That way all the wind blows away from him. All the dirt, blows away from him. Now I could take this road here. This is called Bueller Haven Road. I could take it back towards town. But I want to keep taking the dirt road. Now, the dirt road isn't very good from here on, so we'll kind of see what happens. It's less of a major road from this point on, and it's more like a glorified cow path, I would say. But that's okay. Normally I wouldn't take a road like this pulling a trailer, but today we're going to do it just because you guys are with me. There's a field of sunflowers. They're about ready to be harvested. I'm surprised they're not out here harvesting them already. I think they're pretty well done. It's hard to believe not even just a few weeks ago, those are all big, bright yellow heads still. As you can see, our road is narrowed considerably. There is no way that I and another vehicle would be able to pass each other without one of us going in the ditch a little bit. I love traveling these back roads though. When I was younger and I had a lot more free time, I would just drive the back roads all the time. And a lot of times I would do it at night. I had a lot of fun doing that, and I still do it every now and then. These blind corners are what you gotta watch out for. That's why you'd never hot rod through those. When I was a kid, I'd hot rod through those, and then one time I hot rodded through a blind corner like that where you couldn't see if anything was coming because of tall trees or corn or whatever it is, and a semi just about got me. I was doing about 90 miles an hour, and I don't know how fast he was doing, but it was a close one. And if he would have hit me or I would have hit him, that probably would have been all she wrote for me. I was only about 17 at the time. I keep seeing all these tree rows. All I can think about is mushrooms. Like that over there. All these tree rows out here, you know those things are loaded with mushrooms. That's bad because I got a long time till mushroom season still. I gotta wait all the way till April. I'm giving myself mushroom fever just thinking about it. And it's gone now, but there used to be an old car back there in that shed. We stopped and tried to buy it. The internet lady had it. She said no, that was the car that her and her husband went on their honeymoon in, so she wasn't gonna ever sell it. And it looks like I've reached the end of the road, literally. I'm not sure what road this even is. I guess we'll find out here in a second. I had to drive blacktop for about a half mile. Now we're back on the dirt road again. I could have taken that road all the way into town, but I'm going to the other side of town and I don't want to drive through the town with this load. Plus I saw some cool stuff going on over here, so I thought we'd come check it out. Check out this truck. Those stacks on that thing are some serious stacks. But he's out here, he's got the tractor going, got it loaded up. The combine's out in the field harvesting, and he's got the tractor, and what happens is the combine has a big chute on it that shoots the grain out the side of the combine, and a tractor drives along beside it and they shoot it all right into the bin like that. That's clear full of corn. There they are. They got two combines going. At this point, I'm not very far away from the river, and so there's not really any more roads, back roads I can take. I have to cross the river, and the only places you can cross the river is the highway around here. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and hop back on the highway and put the camera away for a little bit. Before I do that though, check out this old school or whatever it was. I can't remember what it was now. I'm pretty sure it was a school. People were living in it last I knew, but it looks like it's empty now. Maybe they still live in it. Alright, I made it in. Trying to go down the highway with that thing, with that hood right in the front. Big old flat spot like that, catching the wind. That was not fun. I had a hard time doing over 55, 60 miles an hour all the way here on the highway. Luckily, it was only about 3 miles of driving on the highway. Got it unloaded. I'm headed out for the night, go back home, and I got to be there early in the morning to finish loading those cars. So I'll see you guys then. The only bad thing about being up this early is nobody is open. I'm out of water. I have 2 of those little tiny bottles left is all I got. And the grocery stores are closed, Walmart's closed. Convenience stores don't sell them. So, and half of those are closed too. So I think there's one up here that actually opens at 6. So I'm gonna stop in there and just get a big bottle of water. I hate doing that because you pay as much for a big bottle as you do for a whole 24 pack. But it is what it is at this point. It sure is pretty out today though. Alright, I am done loading crushed cars. They are all gone. Everything's picked up. So I am completely done over here now. Now I just got all these cars over here to haul in. Got that one loaded up, strapped down, ready to go. And I've just got all these here. I'm not sure how many I have left over here. I guess we'll go count them real quick. Let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cars. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 truck beds and 2 truck cabs. And then we've got that flatbed that I'm loading down with front ends and bumpers. And then I'll probably have at least one more flatbed full of just other small stuff. So I think that comes out to about 14 loads, give or take. Kind of depending on how good I can squeeze these cabs and beds together on one load. I'm not entirely sure how that's going to work out. Made it back over, got another one loaded up. Got another one ready to go. I'll probably have time to come back and get that wagon, and that'll probably be it for today. couple minutes ago, a bunch of wasps flew out of a door, so I take my hat off and smack one of them and kill it. And then I look at my hat and realize I have my nice hat on. That's my only nice hat I have right now. It's like, well, I can't wear that and get it filthy, so I had to take it off. So I'm going without a hat today. Normally I wear a hat to keep the sun off my head, but I'm not out in the sun a whole lot today anyway. Just long enough to tie these cars down, and then I'm back in the truck again. And we are done for the day. I got the last car loaded up, running it home now. I'm going to unload it, unhook the trailer, and then I'm going to head home for the day and take a nap. Don't have time for a very long one, but even a 15-minute power nap will get me going. Alright, I am done for the day. Got my trailer unhooked, ready to go home. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Just a couple days of loading cars, hauling cars, that type of stuff. Just a typical day at the junkyard. If you enjoyed it, hit that thumbs up button, and remember to get out there and find an adventure. We'll see you next time.